question to pose back at you is, do you think The Godfather would be made as a movie anymore? I don't think it would. I think it would be made into a 12-part series or many, you know, series of, you know, what do you think?
I don't think it would be the cultural phenomenon that it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever could be.
Good answer.
How are you?
Very, very nice to meet you, William. I'm good. Great beard.
Thank you. It used to be
great.
Kind of unruly.
Yeah, no, well, it's manicured, but it's trying to go back to that other stage, and I like it. It's great. Don't change a thing. And the hair's good too.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm working on that too.
Yeah, man.
But okay.
Shoot, come on.
Let's talk about Bob Evans.
Yes, sir.
When did you feel like you figured him out? And how many chapters into the audiobook did you feel it took for you to get the voice right?
You know what the funny thing is? It's like a treat I'm saving up is to listen to the audiobook, because
really,
Colin Hanks is like, he goes, because I'd seen back in the day, I'd seen Kid Stays in the Picture, and I was just like, it was the first time I'd seen a documentary like that where obviously they didn't have him speaking, but the use of camera and the way and the movement was just fantastic. Off the point already. So I haven't heard that, and I didn't want to even go back and watch the film because that's his future voice. It's like the voice of a man at the end of his life, and our rhythms do change. So what I did have, because I was so scared of getting it wrong, was I had YouTube, and you can go down some amazing wormholes on YouTube where you're like, wow, I've been doing this for 6 hours, and there's amazing interviews, and I found one particular favorite that I watched about, honestly, 600 times probably, because Bob had a very idiosyncratic timbre and cadence. And when did I know that I had him? I did a lot of homework, okay, and I was separated from the rest of the cast, and I felt like we were asked to do certain things, and I think they weren't expecting me to get involved because I'm 5,000 miles away. So I would, with a bit of trepidation, they were privy to seeing my rehearsal process. So I took this speech from episode 6, which is like 3 pages long, and I sensed a little bit of improvisation that Dexter wanted us all to do, and I just kept sending it back and forth to Dexter, and he was encouraging, which was marvelous as far as no one wants to be shouted at, so by the time I got to LA, and you get all the suits and things made for you, and spray tanned, and given various sets of glasses. You hope you're in the right area, and I listened to myself back, and I was like, I think I'm getting him. I had lots of. I'm not a method actor, but I did a lot of being in character in my hotel room because, my God, I had a lot of downtime during lockdown. If I wasn't on the set, I was in my hotel room. It became a running joke because I had this very colorful painting. And so all of my friends at the end were like, you've got to ask the hotel if you can just take that and put it in your house at home. I don't know. It was a very scary prospect. And it's something that I'm, after the 7 months and having seen a few bits and bobs, I'm quite, and it doesn't happen a lot, but I'm quite proud of what we've achieved. I really am.
No, I think your performance is really remarkable, and I think it's made me get really obsessed with Bob because he's just such a fascinating character.
I love him. I lament the loss of playing him, but absolutely. I don't know if I'd be able to do it again. I mean, yeah.
What do you feel is lost? Like keenly aware, like, in playing this, how much Hollywood has changed and how there are a few people like Bob out there. So how much were you thinking about that? How different the world is now and how different Hollywood is now?
Well, there's a few strands to how I could answer that, really. I mean, what I think there's a few producers that come along who take movies and television in a completely different direction because they're bold and they're brave and they want to tell a different slant on stories. And I think Bob was really he was in that golden period of Hollywood where he made some extraordinary films that would never get made now. Rosemary's Baby and Harold and Maude, and then Chinatown. And I don't know necessarily whether someone would be brave enough to do it now, particularly in the sort of the PC era. People don't want to shows certain sides or facets of of human nature. And I think Bob was amazingly brave and a gambler, which is why him and Charlie Bluedorn had this wonderful relationship, I think. But it's the nature of really how we devour our media these days that's probably changed the most. And I think one and more interesting question to pose back at you is, do you think The Godfather would be made as a movie anymore? I don't think it would. I think it would be made into a 12-part series or many, you know, series of, you know, what do you think?
I don't think it would be the cultural phenomenon that it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever could be.
Good answer.
Thank you, William.
But thank you. It was great
Thank you
meeting
so much, William. Have a great afternoon or evening. It must be. Okay.
Yeah. It's late here in Dubai. Take care.
Okay.